Hey y'all, it's me, Kendra T, the SLP. So this is my last video of the year 2021, and I wanted to talk about the direction of my channel as well as do a 2021 wrap up. First, I've been away from the channel doing videos for a while, and there's a few reasons for that. So when I first started the channel a couple years ago, when I started being more active on the channel a couple years ago, I was doing videos a couple times a month. Then I tapered down to about once a month. But in these last few months, I just been barely making one video a month. And the reason is because when I started this channel, I started it to talk about teletherapy. Back before the school shutdown and pandemic, again, I'm a school speech pathologist, I had created a teletherapy program and started doing teletherapy with my school students. Then the shutdown happened of March 2020. And I was getting asked a lot of the same questions by my peers and colleagues, school SLPs who now needed to do teletherapy. So I started the channel to answer those questions and also work some things out for myself, right? And it got to the point where after a half a year of being out of school, totally shut down, last year being sort of a transition where sometimes we were in, sometimes we were out. Some people were in all the time. Some people were out all the time, doing teletherapy and in-person therapy. And now with this school year of 2021 and 22, I think most of us are pretty much back in school, right? Doing in-person services. And so it just got to a point where it's like, that's all I got to say about that, about teletherapy in the schools. So that leads to my next personal internal reflection question. What's the conversation going to be about on my channel moving forward? I have some ideas, but I'm not quite sure. So stay tuned. And also what you can do is you can check out my Instagram, because that's where I do more consistent talking, more evolving conversation about where I am presently in life and where I want to be, and also in what I want to talk about with my peers, colleagues, y'all. I talk about still being a speech pathologist, being a school speech pathologist. I also talk about being a new business owner, and I also talk about being a Black woman navigating several different spaces and arenas, all right? So check out my Instagram and stay tuned here. Another reason why I've been gone for a while is because I built the business, and now that it's built, and doing these YouTube channels have been a part of that. But now that it's built and kind of figuring out what my business model is going to be and what products I want to offer and services I want to offer, now that it's built, I kind of just want to chill. Like, I was doing a lot of work for most of this year, day and night. I'll get more into that. And I just want to chill. So that's why I really have not prioritized doing YouTube videos for those two reasons. All right, now let's get into my 2021 wrap up. I did 7 major things here. Important things here. Things that target my personal, professional, and home goals. First, I grew on all of my platforms. I do Instagram the most, Facebooking, a YouTube channel, a Clubhouse, a TikTok, and on all those accounts, I grew a little bit with the audience and the conversation that I've been talking about with, like I said, with my peers. Here, I grew by 75 subscribers. That may not be a big deal to some other people, but it is to me, and I appreciate that. Number 2, for half of this year, I have worked my job by day and been working on building my business by night, evening, weekend, break from work, okay? And I've been doing paperwork, administrative things. I've been making plans, trying to execute plans. I've been doing networking. I've been doing education on all these things. So that has been a lot of my year, has been building my business. Number 3, I transitioned from being an employee with a company to being an owner of a company, a boss lady, a solopreneur. That was a big transition for me, you guys, because I've been practicing as a speech pathologist for about 16 years, and I kind of always knew I would have my own business and my own private practice, but I was complacent with where I was because I enjoyed the company that I worked for and the locations that I worked, and I didn't really have a big reason to change. But then it came to a point where in 2020, late 2020, where I was feeling like, I think now's the time. Now's the time to put into action what I've been thinking about and sort of planning on doing. So that's what I did. Number, 4. Another big thing in my 2021 year was that I turned 40. Hey. 40 is a milestone birthday that when you are 21 seems so far off, and you never know where your life is going to be and end up in those 19 years. So when you're 21, you're like, oh, milestone birthday, big celebration. And then when you're 30, milestone birthday, big celebration. Still, 40 doesn't seem so far off. It's a little bit closer. You can see it. But still, you have no idea how your life will evolve and where you'll be in that 10 years. Now that I'm here at my next milestone birthday, I could say that I am in a good place. And so I celebrated that by having a party and launching my business and celebrating the feeling of self-security and empowerment and contentment with where I am personally and professionally. It's a good place, y'all. All right, number 5. With my business, I don't even think I said the name of it yet in this video, did I? Okay. With my business, Speechology Communication Services PLLC, in working my business plan of direct active services in contracts, I got 2 contracts for in-person and teletherapy services and direct and consultative capacities. I created and produced 3 products, 2 courses. 1 course is about teletherapy hacks, and that's more of a webinar because it's short. And the other one is a course for efficient work strategies for school SLPs. And really both of those are geared towards school SLPs like me. I also made some therapy products and materials with things that I had made for a while, but I actually put them out there on my Teachers Pay Teachers store. Finally, in 2021, I made myself a hat person. I had always self-described and self-identified as not being a hat person, but this year I decided, you know what? I want to be a hat person. It goes with my current hairstyle, and I have really grown my collection. Not too much. I haven't gotten obsessive about it, but it's an empowering thing to decide that you want to be something and then make yourself into that thing. And that can be for anything, right? Hat person, dress person, fancy dresser person, more casual person. And these are just all style perspectives, but anything. Make yourself into a business owner. Make yourself into an independent contractor, whatever, That was my 2021 wrap up. I got one more thing to talk about and I am done here, y'all. So it is time for my end of the year annual solo retreat. This is something that I started doing last year. So this is only my second one, but it's going to be an annual thing. And this is a time that I reflect on my goals and accomplishments and things from this last year. So in this case, 2021, things that I can feel like, yes, done. But also a reflection of, let's roll that one over to the next year. All right. And it's also a time to think about the new goals that I want to set for the next year. I do goals in 3 categories: personal, business, and home. So I feel like everything that I do and actually be intentional for doing and completing fall into those 3 categories. Also, my annual retreat is an opportunity for me to take a solo trip to a place or an experience that I've been wanting to do. Sometimes my partner don't want to go see this little small town or look at these Christmas lights or eat at that place. And he is perfectly fine with me taking my independence and my solo opportunity to do what I want to do, and vice versa. This year, I am going to Durham, North Carolina. Actually, in this retreat, I'm doing 2 things that I've been wanting to do. The first thing is going to see Durham, North Carolina. I live in Charlotte, have been living in North Carolina for about 16 years. And I haven't seen all of these really nice cities around in the state. And Durham, I've just been through, but I've never visited, explored, and eaten there. So I want to go do that. I heard that it's real artsy and the downtown is nice. So I want to see that. I like taking a solo retreat at the end of the year during the Christmas decor season because I like to look at it. I like to look at and appreciate the Christmas decor, the lights. It's just something festive and yet inspiring about that. So that's why I'm going to Durham. The other thing that I'm knocking out that I've been wanting to do, that I'm knocking out in this solo retreat, is a train trip. I can't really explain why, but I've been wanting to explore train travel, getting someplace recreationally without having to drive or fly there. And here in America, we don't really have the infrastructure for recreational train travel, as I'm finding. That's another reason why I'm going to Durham, is because there's actually a train that goes from Charlotte to Durham. So I can knock out these 2 things in one solo retreat. All right, so when I'm there in my solo retreat, I have a couple of tasks to do. I will kind of like move in my new planner, which I have just recently posted about on my Instagram account, an unboxing of this amazingly beautiful planner that I just got. And I'll set that up, determine my goals, do some chill and reflection, some sightseeing, some eating, walking around downtown, probably watch some Christmas movies, more Christmas movies, and all that. So in conclusion, thank you all for your views and your subscribes to my channel this year. I really appreciate it. I hope for the 4 P's. I hope for productivity, progress, positivity, and appreciation for you and for me moving forward. So happy holidays. Y'all take care, be safe, and holla koala.